Welcome to the He's Got Issues Independent Comics Edition number 39. I'm John Cooney here to preview new independent comics being released December 18th, 2013, beginning alphabetically with Boom Studios and Adventure Time number 23. Will Princess Bubblegum be able to stop her creation from spreading, or is it already too late for the Kingdom of Oo? With the Kingdom heroes under its influence, it leaves Marceline and Princess Bubblegum in a race against time as they try to find a way to not only save themselves, but everyone else in Oo. Next, we have Bravest Warrior number 15. Have you ever wondered where the Bravest Warriors got their super rad weapons? Were they found in a yard sale? Was it some prize after a series of training? Or was it just a twist of fate and a lot of luck that led our heroes to their most trusted weapons? Find out the true story in this issue. We've also got Clive Barker's Hellraiser, The Dark Watch number 11. As the war between Hells rages, the three people to hold the title of lead Cenobite, Elliot Spencer, Christy Cotton, and Harry D'Amour, each attempt to end the conflict in their favor. Next, we've got Clive Barker's Next Testament, number 6 of 12. Tristan and Elspeth know where they need to go, but no way of getting there. Meanwhile, Julian is forced to make a very public display of loyalty to Wick as the flock meets resistance from an unexpected source. We've also got Hit number 4 of 4, There's No Honor Among Thieves, and the same goes for Crooked Cops. Beaten, bloodied, and betrayed in an abandoned junkyard, the end looms near for Slater as Blair reasserts his control over the Hit Squad and exacts his plan to bring Los Angeles to its knees. We also have Imagine Agents number 3 of 4. Elliot is kidnapped and Dapple's sinister plan is in full effect. With imaginary friends from all around the world gathering together, mankind may finally lose the upper hand. Imagine Agents Terry and Dave may not have the wits to save the day, but with the help of Elliot's mother and an imaginary friend, they may just have a chance. Next, we have Midas Flesh, number 1 of 8. Why, we love it. We've been having so much fun with writer Ryan North on Adventure Time that we couldn't resist the opportunity to publish a new original idea of his. And it is original. Why, you'll love it. We've all heard of the Midas touch, you know, the Greek mythology about the man who did a number on himself by wishing for everything he touched to turn to gold. Who better to turn that tale on its head with a heavy dose of sci-fi than Ryan North? Also, did we mention the Utahraptor? What it's about, Fatima and her space crew have decided to return to Earth, a planet completely sectioned off, abandoned, and covered in gold, to find out exactly what happened in this once thriving planet and see if they can use the knowledge against the evil empire that's tracking them down. As luck would have it, they just landed the most powerful weapon in the universe, some ancient dead guy's body. And we've got Peanuts number 14. Schroeder could not be more excited. It's the most important day of the whole year, December 16th. Beethoven's birthday. Unfortunately, no one but Schroeder seems to have remembered. Enjoy this twist on the birthday spirit along with a wonderful series of new and classic Peanut stories. From Dark Horse Comics, we've got B.P.R.D. Hell on Earth number 114. Liz Sherman brings a fiery assault to the Mad Doctor's hospital and his army of mutant monsters, while the B.P.R.D. plans a sneak attack on Manhattan, now under the Black Flame's control. Next, we have Bloodhound Crowbar Medicine number 3 of 5. While Clive investigates whether teleporting Man in Black Terminus is friend or foe, controversy rages over a scientist's promise to grant superpowers to private citizens he deems worthy. And when an attempt at crime fighting by one of the newly empowered goes explosively wrong, of course Clive's caught in the middle. We've also got Buzzkill number 4 of 4. Ruben's greatest enemy is awakened from his catatonic state, and last time they clashed, their battle laid the city to waste. Can a newly sober Ruben take on this monster from his past without resorting to the alcohol that's always generated his superpowers? The compelling miniseries comes to a gut-punching conclusion. Next, we have Captain Midnight number 6. Captain Midnight heads to Washington, D.C. to help Agent Jones learn the truth behind the mysterious Project Black Sky. But Jones' investigation into Black Sky is raising red flags with the wrong people, which puts Captain Midnight on a collision course with a deadly assassin who, even with all of Midnight's intelligence and resourcefulness, might be too much for him to handle. Next, we have Conan the Barbarian number 23. On the poisonous banks of the cursed river Zarkaba, the crew of the Tigress is driven to madness by an ancient and unspeakable horror. Now, beyond all hope and reason, their only chance for salvation may rest along the edge of Conan's blade. We've also got Criminal Macabre, The Eyes of Frankenstein number 4 of 4. Self-proclaimed supernatural expert Jason Hemlock has revealed himself to be more dangerous than even occult detective Cal McDonald suspected. And now Cal, Morlock, and Frankenstein's monster must escape a supernatural cage fight that will leave Cal changed forever. Next, we have Dark Horse Presents number 31. In a direct follow-up to the uber-popular Hellboy in Mexico, Mike Mignola and Mike McMahon tell another tale set south of the border in which Hellboy gets married. first of 2 parts, gain some insight into the next arc of Matt Kint's runaway hit Mind Management as we meet the Magician. Brian J.L. Glass and Victor Santos reveal the brutal new heroine of their new creator-owned series, Furious, and Chad Lambert and Christine Larson give new meaning to the phrase, kill me, in the new story of the same name. Plus new installments of Integer City, Alabaster, Nexus, Monstrous, City of Roses, and St. George. We also have Ghost #1. Ghost, the hero trapped between 2 worlds, fights to protect Chicago from extra-dimensional demons disguised as humans. When a familiar stranger destroys an L train, Ghost makes a deal with the devil for a chance to uncover her own mysterious past. The perfect issue to join this action-packed superhero title. Next, we have Itty Bitty Hellboy #5 of 5. It had to happen. It was unavoidable. Sooner or later, we all end up there. That's right, it's time to visit our friend who lives underwater. Let's go hang out with Abe Sapien. Are Hellboy and his pals underwater by choice, or did something more sinister send them to the cold, lagoony depths? We know one thing. Abe does not mind the company. And where's Lobster Johnson during this visit? When all is said and done, sometimes a beach party is the best way to go, even if you happen to be in the swamp. We've also got Kiss Me Satan #4 of 5. After a contract killer shaman ambushes our heroes, undercover demon Barnabas Black takes a group of witches back to his safe house, where he equips them with a massive arsenal to prepare for a final showdown with the werewolf mafia. Next, we have Mass Effect Foundation #6. Jacob and Miranda's mission takes a deadly turn as the duo find themselves in the gun sights of a vicious Batarian warlord. Mass Effect 2 and 3 lead writer Mac Walters continues the thrilling series set during the events of BioWare's blockbuster science fiction trilogy. We've also got the massive #18. Longship concludes with an inland excursion that pits the ex-mercenaries of Ninth Wave against warriors seemingly from another time, culminating in a bloody battle between Captain Israel and a longtime enemy. Next, we have Never Ending #2 of 3. Evil genius Archibald Crane's goal has been to kill the seemingly immortal hero Charles Chuck Baxter, and now, shockingly, it's Chuck's goal too. Earth's only superhero makes a devastating deal with the devil as the past comes into focus and Chuck's losses become too much for him to cope with. We've also got Shoot First #3 of 4. The secular humanist occult obliteration task force faces off against a forest full of fairies, elves, and magical creatures without their guns. Secrets are revealed, dragons are wrestled, and the stage is set for the shocking final confrontation. Don't miss the series New York Post calls hotly anticipated. Next, we have Sledgehammer 44 Lightning War #2 of 3. The Iron Soldier known as Sledgehammer is only one who can lead a rescue mission of a kidnapped American about to spill top-secret information on the Flying Wing warplane to the Nazis and their own super soldier, the Black Flame. We've also got Star Wars Dark Times, A Spark Remains #5 of 5. The fight is on. Darth Vader and his numerous forces are besieged with death traps. A showdown with the Jedi who lured Vader to this doom is inevitable, and now Darth Vader is angry. Do not underestimate the power of an angry Sith. Next, we have Star Wars Darth Vader and the Cry of Shadows #1 of 5. During the Clone Wars, a single trooper left for dead during battle comes to hate the Jedi generals who abandoned him. Years later, he lives on, bitter and angry, until hearing tales of a great warrior. Now this clone believes he may have found the leader he should have been following all along, Darth Vader. We've also got Star Wars Dawn of the Jedi Force War #2 of 5. The Jedi go on the offensive against the invading Rakatan Empire. Zeesh uses his Force Hound training to locate the Rakatan Command Center, which sparks an ambitious plan: infiltrate the enemy stronghold and kill the Supreme Commander. But Zeesh is not accounted for a traitor in his own ranks. Next, we have Star Wars Legacy 2 #10. With a little help from her friends, Anya Solo is leading the Mon Calamari slaves to freedom. Don't bother telling her the odds of anyone coming out alive against an enormous force of armed pirates. And we've got Strain the Fall #6. When Nora tries to shepherd F's son to safety outside the city, her subterranean escape from Manhattan is intercepted by the boy's mother, a freshly turned vampire. Meanwhile, F comes face to face with the man that helped engineer the vampiric coup. From Dynamite Entertainment, we've got Codename Action #4 of 6. Operative 1001 has managed to locate the hidden headquarters of the shadowy organization that's driving the world on the brink of war. But even if he manages to rescue Operator 5 and the other prisoners, what then? Locating the enemy is one thing, but stopping the enemy's plan is something else entirely. And what of the mysterious Dr. Thorpe? Is the mysterious scientist behind the doppelganger procedure more than he appears to be? Next, we've got Dejah Thoris and the Green Men of Mars #9 of 12. Now that evil Voro's dead, Dejah Thoris has her own Green Men, the Hawk Squad, a secret Delta force of Tharks for special missions, the nastiest warriors to throw at the nastiest jobs, radical green separatists led by a red woman. What could go wrong? We've also got Grimm number 8. We flash back to Aunt Marie as she spends her final Christmas battling the cancer that is rapidly ravaging her body while a sinister force battles for her soul. Face to face with her mortality, she reflects on her own choices as a Grimm and learns that not everything is jolly during the holidays. Next we have Lady Rawhide number 3 of 5. Unrest flares in Old Mexico. Revolution is in the air and the Sisters of the White Rose are fanning the flames, seizing control of the capital and placing the corrupt governor on trial for his crimes against his own citizens. But as the rebellion swells, the governor's masters have plans of their own. Gunmen, built on killing the Sisters and Lady Rawhide, are on the move. There are killers aplenty, all with shifting allegiances, with Lady Rawhide caught in the middle of a maelstrom of death and treachery. We've also got Mark Waid's The Green Hornet number 8. Even back then, chicks dug the car, but the Green Hornet's limousine, the Black Beauty, holds a deadly secret that can tear the Hornet's life to pieces. Next we have Red Sonja number 6. This is it, the culmination of the bloody war of vengeance waged between two former Sisters of the Sword, Dark Anicia and Red Sonja. Anicia has done something no other god nor demon has been able to do, force Sonja to her knees and surrender. But Sonja returns, a changed woman, and she's a mighty score to settle. The climax to the entire Queen of Plague saga is here. We've also got Spider number 16. Richard Wentworth may be down, but he's not out. Not when the city still needs the Spider. With his eye on both a ring of crooked cops and a deadly gang uptown, the Spider sets up a carefully orchestrated scheme to take out two birds with one stone. But when an honest cop comes along for the ride, he's got to protect the life of an innocent while making sure the guilty suffer. Next we have Vampirella number 37. Lilith's been keeping a secret, and she's not the only one. When the truth comes to light, will Vampirella give her mother the benefit of the doubt? Especially if Lilith's secret concerns some of the Vampy's most sinister enemies? The answers to some lingering questions await within this issue. And we've got Warlord of Mars number 31. The Red Planet is a world of secrets, but Martians lack the innate curiosity of Earthlings. Why? Because on Mars, the past can come back to haunt you, literally. When John Carter discovers the inner workings of a mysterious tower over his capital, he unleashes an ancient evil that could lay waste to his empire. From IDW Publishing, we've got Ben 10 number 2. Ben Tennyson's cruise vacation takes a turn for the weird when he discovers that his mysterious new friend Lorelei is actually a mermaid, the princess and head protector of an alien hybrid undersea kingdom called Terra Piscis. The mer people are heroes of the sea and have never needed help before, so why are they suddenly bringing Ben 10 and the plumbers into the trust? Action, aliens, and romance on the high seas. Next we have G.I. Joe The Cobra Files number 9. The House Always Wins, Part 2. Tomax and Chameleon meet face to face amid the chaos that the Crimson Twin has unleashed on G.I. Joe's covert facility. Who will walk away alive? Will either of them? Don't miss the explosive conclusion to G.I. Joe The Cobra Files. We've also got Ghostbusters number 11. Every December in Rhinebeck, New York, a celebration is held to honor the Sinterklaas, one of the inspirations for the legend of Santa Claus. Sinterklaas brings presents for good little children and punishes the bad. But this year, the Sinterklaas seen in Rhinebeck isn't a man in costume. It's a sinister spirit set on haunting the children of the town. It's the Ghostbusters to the holiday rescue as Happy Horror Days continues. Next we have Godzilla Rulers of the Earth number 7. Who or what is Jet Jaguar? The size-changing robot has appeared mysteriously, but is he friend or foe? As the alien attack on the Earth ramps up, Jet Jaguar holds the balance of power in his hands. We've also got Illegitimates number 1 of 6. Jack Steele, world-renowned agent of Olympus, super spy, debonair, lover of ladies, manslut. While facing off with his arch-nemesis Victor Danacor, Steele faces his biggest defeat. But who will take his place? Olympus scrambles to find not 1, but 5 newbie agents to fill the void, and unbeknownst to them, they share a common thread. Can these 5 strangers embrace their fates and come together to save the world? They are the Illegitimates, and if you called them bastards, you'd be absolutely right. Next, we've got Kiss Kids number 4 of 4. Kids in Santa's Service. The Kiss Kids first series concludes here with these holiday-ending escapades featuring everyone's favorite, not yet fearsome foursome. Next we have Lock and Key Alpha number 2 of 2. The End. A door claps softly shut. A key scrapes in the last rusted lock. It ends here, the story of the locked children and their desperate, tragic battle with the monster set on destroying them, the past. Join Gabriel Rodriguez and Joe Hill for the final chapter of Lock and Key. Next we have Mars Attacks Judge Dredd number 4 of 4. The Martian mayhem comes to an explosive conclusion, the full-scale invasion is begun, and even Judge Dredd finds himself overmatched by the Martian forces. Judge Anderson has a plan, however, but can Dredd bring himself to seek the aid of the Mega City Mafia? Next we have Mr. Peabody and Sherman, number 2 of 4. From high sea to the high seas, Mr. Peabody and Sherman are sailing back through the centuries in search of adventure. But what's more terrifying, coming face to face with Blackbeard the pirate, or taking center stage from an operatic diva? We've also got My Little Pony's Friendship is Magic, number 14. Swashbuckling and mutiny abound. From a mysterious map to a moody captain, our heroes sure have their hoofs full. The ponies are hot on the trail of Hoofbeard's long-lost treasure, but can they stand him long enough to find it? Find out in this action-packed issue of My Little Pony. Next we have My Little Pony Micro Series number 10, Luna, a royal eclipse. When Celestia has to leave for the day, Luna is charged to keep watch over waking hours. Will the Guardian of the Night be able to juggle a new set of responsibilities while keeping her cool, not to mention keeping awake? We've also got Popeye Classics number 17. More great Popeye goodness. You'll love these stories. A very funny Popeye and King Blowzo's problem. Then something fascinating and unusual. A story with no Popeye, but a character that rarely gets his due, stars in Ham Gravy and his Indian friend. And if that isn't weird enough, Bud Sagendorf pens a story about bugs. Not as in bunny. Ladybugs, spiders, and beetles. Oh my. Next we have Samurai Jack number 3. Jack's travels bring him to a village filled with tension and mystery. Can he discover the town's strange secret before Aku's robotic army invades? Our samurai hero's quest to gather the threads of time continues. We've also got Sinister Dexter number 1 of 7. The popular sci-fi strip makes its way to our shores. Finn and Ramon in 2 classic 2000 AD stories. First is Money Shots, which sees 2 gun sharks crashing the set of an adult movie in order to carry out a hit on a target that may be happier to see them than they expected. Second is Point Blank. The duo is recruited to take out a narc boss who owns extreme firepower. Is their mystery employer out for more than control of Download's heavy-duty killware? Next we have Star Trek number 28, the climactic chapter of the Klingon-Romulan War. Kirk and the Enterprise have one last chance to prevent galaxy-wide cataclysm, but at what cost to the crew? Star Trek Into Darkness writer-producer Roberto Orci oversees this all-new story set in the aftermath of the blockbuster film. We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 29. Recovering from the events of Cityfall, the Turtles seek sanctuary in the countryside. They bring with them new questions, tension within the family, and a stowaway. Don't miss the first issue of the newest TMNT arc, Northampton. We've also got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles New Animated Adventures number 6. The all-ages action continues in this latest collection of TMT adventures. This volume introduces the Mighty Mutanimals in their first 3-issue series, and also includes adventure issues number 21 and 22, featuring the story Space Junk Face Funk Cyberpunk Thief and Rat Trap. Next we have Transformers Regeneration 1 number 97, Dark Forces Rise. Jaxus, the mysterious senator who deleted himself from Cybertronian history, is back, but his friend or foe? Rodimus Prime is forced to question the motives of Primus himself. Does he drag the Autobots into a war they can't win, or side with an enemy who seeks only one thing, universal order? And we've got Transformers Robots in Disguise number 24, Dark Cybertron part 5 of 12. Under fire, Autobots and Decepticons unite to battle a common foe, but will it be enough to stop the Dark Cybertron prophecy from coming true? From Image Comics, we've got Black Science number 2, Run Amok Reality. Grant and his crew escape the madness of the Lightning Sea swamp only to be flung into the future past Trench World, where the sons of the Walking Tektanka waged never-ending war on the savages of Europe. How did the anarchist League of Scientists end up this deep in the onion? Who among them sabotaged the pillar? Next we have The Bounce number 8. The is hitting the fan in a big bad way. The Bounce grip on reality is getting looser all the time. Meanwhile, the Darling is ready to strike. All this in interdimensional pornography too. We dare not tell you more. We've also got East of West number 8. 3. We catch up with the 3 horsemen to gain insight as to what their greatest mission is and what plans they have for the Chosen. Next we have Mind the Gap number 16. New story arc, Act 2 begins. Everything has changed and the world as these characters know it will never be the same. New mysteries, higher stakes, bold action. Welcome to the next phase of Mind the Gap. If you've been waiting to jump on, now's the time. We've also got Pretty Deadly number 3. All blood spilled into the earth makes its way to a river. Where those rivers meet, Fox attends the birth of a beast, the child of 1,000 violent deaths. Next we have Revival number 16. Dana and her ex Derek investigate M murderer suspect Aaron, but they aren't the only ones. Meanwhile, Maytal gets closer to connecting the cypresses to the burned bones of the Czech brothers. We've also got Saga number 17. Prince Robot IV gets everyone into trouble. We've also got Secret number 4, Nocturnal. Everything clicks into place as we discover who's really behind Kodiak. Someone lives, someone dies, someone knows a secret. Next we have Sex number 9. We know you're all wondering what was life like in Saturn City in the glorious heyday of the Armored Saint. Find out this issue in a special flashback sequence drawn by Morgan Jeske of Change. An orgy of action, secrets revealed, onions peeled. Don't miss it. We've also got 10 Grand number 6. Why has a wounded angel been chained and imprisoned on the outskirts of hell for 100,000 years? And why should Joe Fitzgerald care enough to help her, since it'll just slow him down in his search for Laura, knowing that his actions could result in his permanent death, and with the civil war breaking out in heaven, Joe must make a fateful decision that will endanger not only his soul, but the soul of the woman he loves more than life itself. We've also got Umbral number 2, Falling into Dark. The nightmare creatures called Umbral are invading, and only the young thief Rascal knows it. But in a world where magic and religion are outlawed, will anyone believe her? And is the mysterious hobo Delone an ally or a deadly enemy? We've also got A Voice in the Dark number 2, Blood Makes Noise. Conclusion: Zoe's talk radio show will become a deadly public forum for her twisted listeners before she'll ever know what hit her. Next we have Witchblade number 171, Witchblade No More. Sarah Pizzini violently ripped the Witchblade from her body and abandoned it. For Sarah to begin her life anew, the Witchblade must find and bond with a new host, but not all who wield the Witchblade are worthy to bear the burden of the gauntlet. And we've got Zero number 4, Belfast 2001. Zero is 9 years old. The agency sends him on his first mission. Zero's target, a supposedly ex-IRA terrorist. From Valiant Entertainment, we've got Bloodshot and Hardcore number 17. How does a rookie member of Hardcore take on Toyo Harada with his life insurance paid up? Bloodshot's Hardcore team and the uber-powerful Toyo Harada go head-to-head with the future of the Harbinger Foundation at stake. Can this group of physically, mentally, and emotionally damaged living weapons survive a battle with the most powerful man in the world? And if they do survive, just how does one walk out of a war zone unscathed? Next we have Eternal Warrior number 4. Fist and Steel, Blood and Bone. Gilad Anipada is the Earth's sworn champion, but he's not the only immortal defender. Across the globe, the rival houses have gathered to declare war on the Earth and its Eternal Warrior, and finally their vengeance will be wrought. Can Gilad withstand the swords gathered at his door? A battle thousands of years in the making will be fought today, and even the bravest warriors must fall sometime. And we've got X-O Manowar number 20, head-to-head with Toyo Harada and the Forces of Unity. X-O Manowar finally has it all, and his people finally have a land they can call home. But threats from all sides now threaten to destroy Eric and the peace he struggled to secure. While unrest stirs and Eric's camp threatens to rebel against him, the most dangerous strike force ever assembled, Unity, have joined forces with the Harbinger Foundation's Toyo Harada to achieve one goal: kill Eric of Dacia. Robert Venditti and Carrie Nord ratchet up their standalone story arc at the heart of the year's biggest comic book event. Out in trades this week, we've got the massive Volume 2 Subcontinental trade paperback, still adrift and on the hunt for their sister ship, the Massive, the crew of the Capitol. All that's left of Callum Israel's dwindling environmental activist group Ninth Wave are challenged at every turn as they face mutiny, sharks, snowy isolation, and the tempting possibility of a new life on a utopian sea station. The strain of life in a crumbling world, as well as secrets about Israel's failing health, threaten to destroy a crew stretched to its limits. Collects issues number 7 through 12. And we've got Peter Panzerfaust Deluxe Hardcover, a coming-of-age tale told through the eyes of a group of French orphans during World War II who are saved by a brave and daring American boy named Peter. As they travel together, they get tangled up in the French resistance and their efforts against a growing German presence under the leadership of a fanatical hookhand SS officer hell-bent on wiping them out. Collecting the first 10 issues of this Peter Pan reimagining, the deluxe hardcover contains never-before-seen illustrations by Tyler Jenkins and reveals the Peter Pan Easter eggs as written by Curtis J. Wybe. Okay, so that's a look at some of the top independent publishers this week, but there's still plenty of other books out as well, so be sure to check out my YouTube channel at he'sgotissues.com to see both the Marvel and DC videos for this week, as well as my usual roundup of all my favorites for the week with a little more depth and insight than you get here. And if you like these videos, be sure to let me know by leaving a comment and subscribing. You can also follow He's Got Issues on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and Tumblr to see everything I'm reading as I read it. So until next week, I'm John Cooney, and I've got issues.